Okay, first things first. You're gonna go through the box, set out all your components, make sure you got everything. Secondly, the one thing that you're gonna need to know is some common terms used throughout this build. CF for clean flight, ESC for electronic speed control, FC or FCB, which would be flight controller or flight control board. FPV is first person viewer. In other words, goggles that you put on and you can see what's coming out the camera way up in the sky or wherever it is that you're flying to. The PDB, which is a power distribution board. RX is a receiver. TX is a transmitter or radio or a remote control controller, however you want to call it. A lot of people call it a transmitter or radio. Then you got a VTX, which is a video transmitter. And then you'll also need additional equipment to be able to fly once you get this thing built. You'll need the transmitter, you'll need the receiver, you'll need a battery pack, you'll need a charger to keep the battery pack charged, you'll need FPV goggles so you can see where you're going. And once that's all laid out, you got everything, then you're gonna need some common tools that's going to help you to put this thing together. You're going to need a soldering iron, some solder, hex key wrenches. You're going to need a Phillips or X-head screwdriver. Phillips and X-head the same thing. Some people call it X-head, some people call it Phillips. Scissors, because you're going to have to cut some of the packages open, and pliers. Sometimes some builds may require pliers, some may not. It's going to give or take. Later on in the build, once you get further into it, you may see that you may need one, you may see you may not. I mean, the kit comes with a wrench, which will take care of the tightening of the prop nuts, the propeller nuts. First off, go through, set everything out, find your carbon fiber frame pieces. Dump out that bag, find all the parts, the screws, the standoffs, and everything that you'll need to put the frame together. The rest of the stuff, like the zip straps, the foam pads, and everything else, you can just stick right back in the bag because that won't come till later. Now, for demonstration purposes and understanding, I'm going to show you what some of the items are. This little piece right here, which has a hole in the top, which is kind of hard to see unless the light gets it just right. You can see how the hole's in the top and on the other side as well. There's a top and a bottom. That's where the top frame and the bottom frame is going to bolt through into this to hold everything together. You've got 6 of these pieces right here. Now you'll have some of these right here, which will go for probably the power distribution board, because if I'm not mistaken, the actual flight controller and flight control board already has a plastic box, and you'll probably set that on some of the double-sided tape that's little foam pads or whatever that's included in here. After that, then just start working one section at a time. Take your time, it's no rush, and enjoy the build. Everybody else that does it does. And more video to come. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and end because I can't flip the camera around.